Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 30th January. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app and you can get the current affairs of entire year in that app. So now, let's start. The Supreme Court of India recently permitted to introduce which animal to Indian habitat from Namibia. So recently, Supreme Court permitted the central government to introduce African cheetah to the appropriate habitats in India. It should be noted that Asian cheetah has become extinct in our country. Therefore, NTCA, that is National Tiger Conservation Authority, filed a petition in Supreme Court and sought permission for introducing African cheetah. So the Supreme Court recently permitted. The Supreme Court also constituted a committee with 3 members from Wildlife Institute of India, that is WII, and this will guide NTCA in this process. NTCA is a statutory body under Wildlife Protection Act of 1972 and it is the implementing authority of Project Tiger. The chairman of NTCA is Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Present minister is Mr. Prakash Javadekar. Now, if we talk about Namibia, it is a country in southern Africa and it shares border boundary with Atlantic Ocean. The capital of Namibia is Windhoek. How many wetlands in India were recently added to the Ramsar Site list? So recently, Union Environment Minister Mr. Prakash Javadekar announced that 10 more sites have been declared as sites of international importance by Ramsar. Now, if we talk about Ramsar, actually this Ramsar Convention was signed by the countries to preserve the wetlands and recently 10 more sites were added from India. So now total sites became 37. Now these are the 10 sites which were recently added into the list. You can pause the screen and take a screenshot. Now if we talk about Ramsar Convention, it was signed in 1971. Ramsar is a place in Iran. Capital of Iran is Tehran. Now there is a term associated to this Ramsar Convention and it is Montreal's record. Answer in comment box, what is the objective of this record? The tableau of which state has won the best tableau awards for Republic Day Parade 2020? So the tableau of Assam won the best tableau award for Republic Day Parade. On the other hand, Odisha and Uttar Pradesh were jointly on the second position. On the other hand, in department and ministry category, the tableau of NDRF and tableau of Jal Jeevan Mission were awarded, while the CPWD, that is Central Public Works Department, got the special prize. The chief guest for this year's Republic Day ceremony was the President of Brazil, Mr. Jair Bolsonaro. Capital of Brazil is Brasilia and Brazil is a part of G4 group. Now answer in comment box, what is the objective of this group? Who was recently appointed as the Ambassador of India to United States? So Mr. Taranjeet Singh Sandhu has been appointed as the next Indian Ambassador to US. Previous Indian Ambassador to US was Mr. Harshvardhan Shringla. Now he became the Foreign Secretary. The previous Foreign Secretary was Mr. V.K. Gokhale. So present Foreign Secretary is Mr. Harshvardhan Shringla and present Minister of External Affairs is Dr. S. Jaishankar. He is a member of Rajya Sabha from Gujarat. The recently launched Bhuvan Panchayat web portal's new version uses the technology of which organization? So recently, Union Minister of State Mr. Jitendra Singh launched the new version of Bhuvan Panchayat web portal, and this portal will function with the help of satellite technology developed by ISRO. ISRO is Indian Space Research Organization. So the objective of this project is to provide geospatial services to assist the process of development of Gram Panchayats. So with the help of the satellite data, the progress in these projects for the development of Gram Panchayat can be easily monitored. Now, if we talk about ISRO, it is under Department of Space. Present ISRO chief is Dr. K. Sivan and headquarters of ISRO is in Bengaluru in Karnataka. Recently, ISRO was in news as ISRO is going to send Vyom as an experimental mission to Gaganyaan. Vyom is a humanoid robot. which Hindi word is chosen as Oxford Hindi Word of 2019 by the Oxford University Press. So it is Savidhan. So this word Savidhan has been selected as the Oxford Hindi Word of 2019 by the Oxford University Press, and Savidhan means Constitution. Which Indian queuist won the title at Senior National Billiards Championship? Right answer is Mr. Pankaj Advani. So recently Mr. Pankaj Advani won the title at the Senior National Billiards Championship, and this is his 33rd national title. This tournament held in Pune, and Mr. Pankaj Advani defeated Mr. Saurabh Kothari. Union Social Justice Minister has recently inaugurated the Composite Regional Centre for Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities in which city? So recently, Union Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment, Mr. Thawarchand Gehlot, inaugurated the CRC, that is Composite Regional Centre in Port Blair in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now the CRC will provide skills and will help in the empowerment of persons with disabilities, and these centers are set up by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Minister is Mr. Thawarchand Gehlot. The Skill Development Centre to train tribals named Sardar Valabhbhai Patel Centre for Empowerment and Livelihoods is to be set up in which state of India? So recently the foundation stone for the Skill Development Centre to train tribals of Kevadia village in Gujarat was laid down by the Minister of External Affairs, Mr. S. Jayasankar. As you can see in picture, he is Mr. S. Jayasankar. He is a member of Rajya Sabha from Gujarat. Now the centre is named after Sardar Valabhbhai Patel, and it is a joint initiative of Government of Gujarat and a Telangana-based foundation. Now it should be noted that the world's tallest statue, the Statue of Unity, is also located in this Kevadia village. It is the statue of Sardar Valabhbhai Patel, and recently this statue was in news as it has been included in the 8 Wonders list of SCO. Now because of this statue, there is a growth in tourism sector in this area, and that is why the Sardar Valabhbhai Patel Centre for Empowerment and Livelihood will train the tribal people in tourism and hospitality management. Now if we talk about SCO, it is Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The headquarters of SCO is in Beijing. Beijing is in China. India and Pakistan became the full-fledged member of SCO in 2017 after Asthana Summit. The new name of Asthana is Nur Sultan. Answer in comment box, it is the capital of which country? Now SCO was also in news as this year India is going to be the host of 19th Council of Heads of Governments of SCO countries, and this meeting will be in New Delhi. Who has been appointed as the Executive Director of the Monetary Policy Department in RBI? RBI is Reserve Bank of India. So recently, Mr. Janak Raj has been appointed as the Executive Director of MPD, that is Monetary Policy Department. Now, the previous Executive Director was Mr. Michael Patra, who was recently appointed as the Deputy Governor of RBI. Now, if we talk about Monetary Policy Committee, it is a 6-member committee, out of which 3 are from RBI and 3 are the external members nominated by the Government of India. Now, the 6-member committee meet at least 4 times in a year, and the quorum is 4. That means the meeting will be conducted only if at least 4 members are present. And the Governor of RBI is the ex officio chairperson of this Monetary Policy Committee. Present Governor is Mr. Shaktikant Das, and the decisions in this Monetary Policy Committee are taken on the basis of majority. And the Governor of RBI, that means the chairperson of this Monetary Policy Committee, vote in case of a tie. And the current mandate of this Monetary Policy Committee is to maintain the inflation in the range of 4 ± 2. That means in the range of 2% to 6%. Now, this inflation is tracked with the help of CPI, that is Consumer Price Index. And the CPI is prepared by CSO. CPI is Consumer Price Index and it is released by CSO. CSO is Central Statistics Office and it is under Ministry of statistics and program implementation. Now this is consumer price index. We have one WPI, that is wholesale price index. Answer in comment box who released WPI. SO Alban, who was seen in news recently, is associated to with sports. Right answer is cycling. So Mr. Alban is Indian cyclist and he was in news recently as he won the gold medal in 6-day Berlin tournament. So Mr. Alban is the first ever Indian to participate in this 6-day Berlin cycling tournament, and in this event all cyclists compete on every day of the competition, and it is a 6-day competition as the name suggests. So Mr. S.O. Alban won the gold medal on the 5th day of event. Indian Railways has commissioned the country's first governmental waste to energy plant in which city? So recently this plant was commissioned by Indian Railways in Bhubaneswar under East Coast Railway Zone, and this plant uses a technology named polycrack, and this technology converts the feedstocks into hydrocarbon liquid fuels. Now if we talk about railways, East Coast Railway Zone is one of the 18 railway zones of Indian Railways, and the headquarters of East Coast Railway Zone is in Bhubaneswar. Recently Indian Railways was in news as RPF, that is Railway Protection Force, was renamed as IRPFS, that is Indian Railways Protection Force Service. Apart from that, recently Mr. V.K. Yadav was reappointed as the chairman of Railway Board. Present Rail Minister is Mr. Piyush Goyal, and he led the Indian delegation in the recent World Economic Forum event in Davos. Which country has launched a £4 million Innovation Challenge Fund in India? So recently the government of UK launched £4 million Innovation Challenge Fund in India, and this fund focus on two major tech clusters in Indian states. So these two focus areas are artificial intelligence and big data. This will be in Karnataka, and another focus area is future mobility. This will be in Maharashtra. So the objective of this initiative is to encourage the collaborative research by the industry and academia for developing technological solutions for the challenges in our country. Now if we talk about UK, recently elections held in UK and Mr. Boris Johnson got re-elected as the Prime Minister of country. UK was also in news as the recent summit of NATO held in UK. NATO stands for North Atlantic Treaty Organization. The headquarters of NATO is in Belgium in Brussels, and recently Ms. Sophie Willems became the new Prime Minister of Belgium, and she is the first female Prime Minister of the country. Now answer in comment box who was the first female Speaker of Lok Sabha in our country. For which West African country NTPC recently announced assistance for the development of solar power projects? So recently NTPC, that is National Thermal Power Corporation, has announced that it will provide assistance for the development of 300 megawatt solar power project in Togo, and this is first time a country has sought assistance from NTPC under India-led ISA. ISA is International Solar Alliance. So if we talk about Togo, it is a West African country and the capital of Togo is Lomé, and it shares border boundary with Gulf of Guinea. Now if we talk about ISA, ISA is International Solar Alliance. Recently ISA was in news as the second assembly of ISA held in New Delhi, and it was organized by MNRE, that is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Now this ISA initiative was launched by the Prime Minister of India and President of France in 2015 during COP21. COP stands for Conference of Parties. Last year, that is in 2019, this Conference of Parties held in Spain under the presidency of Chile, and this was the COP25. What is the name of mission carried out by Indian Navy to provide assistance to the cyclone-affected population of Madagascar? So recently, Indian Navy engaged in providing humanitarian assistance and disaster relief to the cyclone-affected population of Madagascar, and the name of this operation was Operation Vanilla. Actually, Madagascar was recently hit by a cyclone named Dian. So this is the name of cyclone, and this is the name of operation conducted by Indian Navy to provide humanitarian assistance to the cyclone-affected population of Madagascar. Now, if we talk about geographical location of Madagascar, it is in Indian Ocean, and INS Airawat played a key role during this Operation Vanilla. According to the recent report by SIPRI, which country is the second largest arms producer of world? SIPRI stands for Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. So as per this report, China is the world's second largest arms producer. USA is largest arms producer of world. As per the SIPRI report in 2017, China was on 6th position. But this time, China is on 2nd position in terms of production of arms. Now, if we talk about SIPRI, it is based in Sweden. The headquarters of SIPRI is in Sweden in Solna. It was established in 1966. Khalid bin Khalifa has been recently appointed as the Prime Minister of which Gulf country? So recently Sheikh Khalid bin Khalifa has been named as the new Prime Minister and Interior Minister of Qatar. Capital of Qatar is Doha, and recently Qatar was in news as the first India-Qatar joint naval exercise Jair al-Bahar held in Doha in Qatar, and this was the first ever joint naval exercise between India and Qatar. Apart from that, Qatar was also in news as it is the host of 2022 FIFA World Cup. In addition to that, in 2019, Qatar left OPEC. OPEC stands for Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. The headquarters of OPEC is in Vienna. Vienna is in Austria. And in 2020, Ecuador also left OPEC. Which Indian javelin thrower has recently qualified for the Tokyo Olympics after the ANAC meet at South Africa? So Mr. Neeraj Chopra has recently qualified for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Actually, Mr. Neeraj was suffering from knee injury and therefore he could not participate in the last year's international events. Now this is his first competitive event after his injury, and therefore now he is qualified for the Tokyo Olympics. So Japan is going to be the host of this year's Summer Olympic Games, while France is going to be the host of 2024 Summer Olympic Games. While if we talk about Winter Olympic Games, China is going to be the host of 2022 Winter Olympic Games, while Italy is going to be the host of 2026 Winter Olympic Games. Recently, Italy was in news as it decided to impose web tax on digital companies. Now, this is similar to GAFA tax by France. GAFA stands for Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon. Which state has recently launched a virtual police station under its flagship 5T initiative? So recently, Odisha government launched this 5T initiative, and this was launched by the Chief Minister of Odisha, Mr. Naveen Patnaik. So a virtual police station will enable the citizens to lodge an FIR directly. What is the full form of FIR? Please answer in comment box. That means FIR can be registered without visiting the police station with the help of this new initiative. So these were the important questions of today's quiz. Thank you, and that's all for the day.